Hey guys, Treeetrunks here. Today I'm going to show you how to set up your own Bukkit server on a Mac computer. There's a lot of different tutorials out there for people using Windows, but there's not as many for Mac, so I figured I would do one on my own. The first thing that you need to do to get started is you set up a new folder on your desktop. You can name this Bukkit server, Minecraft server, whatever you really want it to be. This is going to be a blank folder that, you're going to fill it with files that you can put in plugins. It's going to have your start command to start up your server, and it's going to have all of your world files. So now that you have that there, you're going to open up your browser, and I'm going to have all of these links in the description, but basically you're going to go to dl.bukkit.org, which is where you can get the recommended build of CraftBukkit, which right now that's 1.4.7. You click on this nice big old green button and download it, which I've already done. So once you have that downloaded, you're going to go to your downloads folder, and then you're just going to drag and drop that CraftBukkit file into your server folder. Now once it's there, you're going to open it up and you're going to just rename that. So I'm going to change it to craftbukkit.jar and take out all of these weird numbers. And now that you're done with that, you open up TextEdit. You can search for that in Spotlight. And then you're just going to go Format, Make Plain Text, and you're going to paste in a code that I have in the description. This code basically allows you to create this file that's going to start up your server. And if you ever need to allocate more RAM to your server, you basically just change these numbers right here. You don't change anything right now though. If you need to do that in the future, just look it up online, and there's many places that will let you know how to do it. So then you're just going to go File, Save As, and then you're going to put in start_server.command. And make sure you're saving this in your Bukkit folder. So now that I've done this, it's creating a shell file. And with that, you're going to go and you're going to search for terminal and open that program up. It might ask you to put in a password if you're not an administrator on your computer, but I'm an administrator, so it's not going to ask me that. So once you're here, you're going to type in chmod space a+x space, and then you're going to drag and drop server command file right into here, and then you're just going to press enter. It's not going to show you anything, it's not going to do anything fancy, but you can just X out of that, and then you're going to double click on this, and it's going to basically set up all of your server files and start up your server. So right now it's preparing my spawn, and after that it'll say it's done, and it'll tell you that you can type help if you need to know server commands. And so now that it's done, I'm just going to stop my server. You never want to just X out of it, because there's a chance that you could not save the most recent data on your server. So what you're going to do is you're just going to type in stop and press enter. And once it's done, it'll say process completed, and then you can just quit terminal. So here's all your different folders and files that it created. Plugins is where you can put all your plugins. Here's your world files. Server.properties, you can open that up with TextEdit. And this is basically where you set your PvP on and off, spawn mobs and nether and all those fancy things. But we're not going to do any of that right now. Because now you want to make sure that you can access your server. So what you need to do is port forwarding, and this is probably the most confusing part, so you really need to pay attention. It's different for all people. Everybody has a different IP, a different static IP, a different router. So everything's different. You want to go into your system preferences, and then you want to go into network. Under network, here's your internet settings, and you're going to go to advanced, and then TCP/IP. And then here you only need to know two different things. The IPv4 address, which is your static IP, and you also need to know your router number. So right now we're just going to look at my router number, which is 192.168.1.1. you just go and open up your browser, and you go and open up basically any blank page, and you're just going to go and you're going to type that in. So 192.168.1.1, and then it prompts me to put in a username and password, and you're probably like, I don't know what this is, you know, I never did this before, so what is my password? All different routers have their own set of username and passwords, but most of them generally are admin for both the username and password by default. So if that works for you, that's good. Then we can just move on to the next thing. If not, I'm going to link you to portforward.com. Here you're going to go into routers, router passwords, and then here you look up your brand of your router, which mine's Linksys, and then once you're in that, you're going to look for your router number, and here it's going to tell you your username and password. So once you sign on to that, it might look different if you have a different router. You're just going to go and find applications and gaming, and then you're going to go to port range forwarding, and here I already have it set up, but you're going to put in here like a name for your application. It doesn't really matter, it's just for your reference. So I put in Minecraft, and then for start and end ports, you want to put 25565 for both. That's what the Minecraft port number is, and it's always the same. And then in protocol, you want to have both. If that's not an option, you want to do one of these for TCP and one of them for UDP, so you would have two here. And then you want to put in your static IP address, which for me, that was the one that ends in 110. So here I just put in 110, and then I pressed enabled. And you save your settings, and then it just says that it's successful. And then once you have that set up, basically people can access this through your computer's IP. So your public IP, how you find that out is you just go to Google and you type in what is my IP. And it tells you it right here. But I'm going to black this out because you don't really want people to know this, especially people that you can't trust with your information. So what you want to do instead of that, a good thing to do if you're not paying for like a domain name monthly, you want to go to knowip.com, which I'm also going to link you to. You want to sign in or sign up if you don't already have an account. And then you're going to come to this page where it has all these icons here. And the one on the right is Manage Host, which is what you're going to click on. And you're going to add a host. I already have one for my server right here, but I'm going to show you how to do it. You go here and you put in host name. So whatever you want your server IP name to be. Mine's Craft Legends. If yours is just a test server, you can put in test server. It doesn't really matter. So mine's Craft Legends. And then here it tells you your different domain name options. So you want to go into the free domains so that you're not paying for it. And they have different ones like knowip.org, servegame.com, zap2.org is the default one, and that's what I'm setting mine to. And then you just ignore everything else, don't change anything else, and press update host. Once you're done with this, you're basically set up so that your friends can also join your server and they're not having to put in all of those numbers of your IP just to access it. So you're going to go and you're going to restart up your server, so double click the server, start server command, and as you can see it doesn't have to generate my spawn, it just loads my spawn and then it's done. It's a lot faster. And then you're just going to go into Minecraft. I'm using the Magic Launcher. I recommend it highly if you want, you know, a mini map or something. It's really nice. So I'll probably link that in the description too. And then once you get on, I already have mine here, but you could just do add server and add yours in. And mine's craftlegends.zap2.org, and as you can see, it's already, the server's up and running and people can access it. And here's my spawn, right by a bunch of trees and a chicken. But so that's just showing you that it works, and now you can access this with your friends. The server will only be running when you have it up. So if you're not on the computer, if your computer's turned off and you don't have the server up, then your friends can't access it either. But it is a good free way to play Minecraft with your friends and not have to pay money for a server. I hope you like my video, and just subscribe to me and let me know of any other tutorials that you think that I should make.